All right, so I'm gonna go over my trade today. So today was honestly a really good day. Like this was a really good trading day. If um, I lost or I didn't lose. I took break even, which is okay, completely okay. So this morning, woke up. Obviously, there's this range here that we've kind of been in for a while, like a month, 2 months. Um, we had this low. We made this actually pretty recently. Yeah, 6 days ago. This was a failure swing to take this low. And then this is where I knew the new liquidity rests on the low, or on the downside. These highs, I didn't expect us to reach them today. I did expect us to take this, which we did. This might be taken later today. I don't know. It's really close. Like honestly, it's edging it. It might be equal highs with this right here, but went down or no. First on the 4 hour, let's go over this. So out of fair value gap here. Um, Obviously, that would be a pretty big movement, especially on a day with no news because less volatility. Obviously, we all know this, coach. Um, so I didn't expect us to get down here, but if we did, I would say that where do we start? Like right here. If we did get down to here, it it would have been a good movement, in my opinion, because we were already right at this 4 hour, which I thought was going to be pretty solid anyways. But this would have been very telling. Like if it respected or disrespected this, that would have been very telling of where the market would want to go because obviously it is a bit further away. It hasn't been tested yet. So I didn't my conditions for the day, well, we don't have the 5 minute for that. My conditions for the day at market open were either I see a movement into this 4 hour, like we did, and then some sort of confirmation to take longs, or if I want to look for shorts, if I'm looking for shorts, I want to see us go down past, and I would have waited till past 10 to see if the 4 hour closed below this 4 hour gap, retrace back into it, and then taken external lows after moving internally for a little bit. And then I would have probably targeted, I would have taken shorts like right after we confirm that and get some confluences, and I would have targeted the gap. I wouldn't have assumed we're going to go any lower because you never know if you're going to respect that or disrespect it. So that would have been my condition for shorts today, but today I did end up taking longs. So we tapped into the 4 hour, we bounced back up, respected it, and we made this bearish 5 minute, disrespected it, had a big movement upwards. And I had an order for I think 8 contracts. Yeah, 8 contracts. And it was sitting here and I'm like, because at this point it was this candle in which I put in my limit and I set it to here. Or yeah, here. Was it? It was here. No. Wait. It was a little lower. Um but at first I saw this and it didn't reach, so I was like, okay, we're not gonna hit my limit because this went bullish after coming all the way down here. And I was like, okay, there's no way we get to where my limit is, so I take my limit out, and then very next channel on the 5 minute, we come all the way down here, and I was about ready to get off the charts because I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna get a re-entry or an opportunity to enter where I want to. But then we come all the way down here, so I place a market order for the 8 contracts, and then I was in. Um, at that time, right here was yeah. right here was the high. And so when we swept that high, I moved break even. Unfortunately, we immediately went break even after pretty much. And then immediately after that, we went straight to take profit. But it's okay because, some days you're going to get break even, some days you're going to lose, some days you're going to win. And I think the lesson I took off today, because I wanted to include some Bible verses for my videos because I feel like this is something I should be teaching about, is Proverbs 28:25. The greedy stir up conflict, but those who trust in the Lord will prosper. I felt like today, obviously before I trade, I, just offer up my trading day to God. And, if I win, thank him. If I take a loss, I ask him to help me learn from it. And if I take break even, I thank him for the opportunity to trade. And today, well, yes, moving break even did kind of make me lose the trade and the money I could have had. But I think it's an important discipline to have, to not get scared and move and move and move your stop loss. And, it sucks that because I would have hit a 1 to 2 here. I would have made $1,000. I would have put my account in profit 0.75. No, 1.5%. I would have been in profit 1.5% on this account. Right? 1%. Yeah, 1.5% if I made 1,000 today. And but I moved break even, and I knew this movement was gonna happen. It was a bullish day, obviously, but I decided that I'm not going to get greedy and try and force something and risk capital that I didn't need to risk when I was already in a risk-free trade. So I let it hit my break even, and then I watched it take profit, which it does suck, but if it's part of the process. So I think if you just trust in God and continue to, practice your disciplines, even though sometimes they might make you lose a winning trade, they're good disciplines to have to prevent you from losing a lot more from losing trades. So I think that was my religious perspective from the day on how I traded. Obviously, these are my notes. I took break even and did P&L. I think it was $2. Got a whole 4 extra cents I didn't count for. It's like half a payout, guys. But no. I risked 1%, entered between 10 to 10.15. One trade today. I didn't look for a re-entry after break even though I could have re-entered right here and gotten the same exact trade. I didn't want to risk it because I knew, obviously there was no news today. It's going to be lower volatility. It was 10:20, 10:30. So it's just like, do I really want to risk that? Because now there's less volatility. It's later into the trading hours. The risk for a reversal right here would have been higher just due to the bearish momentum we had, but obviously it didn't. But my goal is to react to the market, not predict it. So I got off the charts for the day. That was that. It is what it is. Notes. Entered on the 5-minute. Price action was good today. It was actually magnificent. But, well, compared to yesterday, it was good. Yesterday was great. Magnificent. Rules followed, yes. So, yeah, as I explained earlier, did not expect to get filled, but it did come back down. Put in the market order. I was up $500 at one point, and I could have taken that and been up 0.5% for the day, or on the account in total, but I didn't want to break my rules by exiting the trade early just because I didn't trust it. If I'm going to enter a trade, I want to have full confidence in it. So I let it play out, and I got break even, which is unfortunate, but it kind of is what it is. It happens. Move break even, as I said earlier, when we struck the first external high, and I got filled off the internal liquidity sweep. And then just an unfortunate thing. This is the screenshot I took today. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna keep trading. Gonna post a video tomorrow. God bless, guys.